Hi traders, in this video I'm going to go through my trades that I took on the GJ. I will look at my risk, I will look at the reasons why I entered the trade, and I will also look and go through my trading psychology, like my emotions when I entered the trade and when the trade was done. Now there wouldn't be any point to do the trade recaps if I wouldn't have a journal where I journal every single trade I take. I put in the journal my risk, I put in the journal reason why I enter, like technical point of view, why I entered the trade. Was there a zone? Was that a break and retest? Was there a pattern? And so on. And also another really good point in my journal is that I journal after the trade has been done. And it doesn't matter, is it winning, losing, or break even. I also put after the trade has been done and closed, I put my thoughts and my emotions and just journal how I feel about the result. I shared in my previous video that I am starting to take time off and I am going back to demo simply because I feel my trading psychology is not there, and I know and I have this urge to stop now because it's just getting to the point where I'm just frustrated. It doesn't matter if my trade is winning or my trade is losing or my trade is being at break even. It just doesn't matter result. I'm still feeling I'm not really there. Like something is going on. I don't have answer yet for what exactly. I haven't that figured out. I haven't really. So that's why I say I don't know what's going on. So I think this video is going to be beneficial for me because I will go through my trades. I will look and maybe see what I could do better. But I think it's also beneficial for you who's watching because maybe you can try and apply the same principles that I do to go through your weekly trades, what you took. So let's start with my first trade of the week. The first trade that I took on GJ sales was based on this zone order block in here. Market opened in here, and in Asian session it actually gave really nice setup. If I would be awake, I would definitely enter in here after the closure of the bearish candle because that would meet all my rules. I am within the zone. I have closure of 15-minute candle because we're on 15-minute time frame. I have closure and I would put my stop above here, and then I would target the next zone, which is in this price around this area. Now obviously at this time I was asleep because I don't trade Asian session that often. Now what did I do? I just waited for the moment when I was awake actually, and it did present us really good entry, and I started my week with a really good take profit. And the week started really great, although I was already a little bit annoyed, but I did start with a nice take profit. Now moving forward, I tried to take another trade because I saw the zone was broken and it gave a closure. So I thought that's it. We are definitely going bearish now because there's a closure of the candle and we are breaking the zone. However, what happened is if I extend this trade in here, it looks like a take profit. However, on the MT5, I was taken out by the spread at this point here. And to be honest, I really didn't like the trade when I entered. I was almost taken out in here. Then again, it pulled back. It did drop quite a bit, but I never took partials or anything because the risk reward was already 2 to 0.5. So I really never took any partials. So, and I was stopped out at this trade at this moment right here. I was stopped out with this spread. After this trade, when I look at my journal, what I did wrote down is quite funny. I wrote down that I think I'm done for the week. And obviously I was not done because I took more trades. Now let's look at the next trades. The next trade I took was the next day, and this was also at the London. It broke the zone. So as you can see, there was quite a good consolidation. We could actually enter in here again, but I was just not having it because I was taken out and I said I'm stopping for the week. So I just moved to the next day. The next day gave us really nice trade setup. It was beautiful setup. Broke. I put my stop above. I know it's quite a big stop in here. And this ended up being a really brutal break even that even messed more with my trading psychology, messed more with my emotions. As you can see here, it's actually 1 to 3.16, so it's a little bit above 3R risk reward. If I wouldn't be greedy and if I would put it just above the zone just to be safe, I would still get almost 3R, but not me, not this time. And I will show you 4 hours so you can understand better. For those who watched the weekly, like a morning analysis, those will know that I talked about this 4-hour zone, and I was waiting for it to be, I was waiting for the price to go lower and to actually close. And then what happened, I was just like carried in the moment, and I never even looked at the 4 hours. And as you can see, we never broke, and we just went bullish from there. So returning back to 15 minutes, I was not very I was not very impressed with my very much brutal break even. And after, when I look at my journal, I journaled that entry was spot on. Also risk reward was there. It was just at this point I should have taken my profit simply because it did reject it from this area, from this 4-hour zone. But like I said, I was just carried away and not feeling myself at all. So I did end up with a very much brutal break even. And then things got even worse in the week. I thought, okay, right, so we are back at this zone. And I was like, I'll try and sell again, because here was a nice, like a double top. It did close, and then literally in like 20 minutes, I was out, I was stopped out. And this was actually in the Asian session. I wasn't sleeping, and I was just, I was all emotional, definitely all emotional after that break even. So I took a loss. And then to top up my all things, the next trade was also a loss. It pulled back to the zone, and I thought this is a really nice zone because we've been rejecting quite a few times. And I was literally stopped out, and then yeah, and then as you can see in here, it would have been a profit, but would have, could have, doesn't count, right? So on trading, it doesn't count what it could be, what it should be, it just counts what it is. So at this point, it is a stop loss. Now looking at this trade here, I have put it out in here, however, I never took this trade. It was just a trade idea that I wanted to take, but after break even, 1 loss, second loss, I was just not feeling it, and I said I'm stopping for here because I'm getting way too emotional. I don't want to start to revenge trade, and I just don't want to make more mistakes. So I left this trade be. I saw it literally happening, but because this huge candle in here, these are the news candle, and I just left it be. However, it's ended up being a really good trade and a nice profit. However, I am still very much emotional about all my break even and losses, so I just leave it be. So this trade, it was my idea, and I was actually looking at it while it was happening, but I never pulled the trigger. So I'm gonna delete it there. Now the price started to look really tricky for me. It kind of broke out and then it pulled back in, so I was not sure what's going on, so I kind of just left it be. And then on Thursday, it did present a nice break in here and a really quick long trade. And the break, when I say the break, it did break the previous by very little, by just a little bit, so in here. So it did break it, and then I just entered the buys. Now, I want to be completely honest. So this trade here, it's not executed on my personal account or my funded account. It was executed like a demo trade on my demo account, because I said after all this mess that was created in here, I was done, and I made a decision to step back and go back to demo and just journal more, trade more on demo till I sort my emotions out. And then this one is Friday. I never pulled the trigger on anything. The only possible trade was from this order block in here. Buys, I never really put anything. As you can see, it's very, very messy. It's just consolidating, and I was still really all emotional about losses and break even, so I never even executed on my demo account. So this is it, that's the video done. I went through all my trades. I hope you took some value out of it. I hope you will take something and you will apply it within your trading. So what I can suggest is that when you do your journal, focus more on your emotions, like focus more on your trading psychology, put the point how you're feeling, especially before you enter the trade, and then also write your emotions after the trade has been done. And no matter what the result is, it winning, losing, or break-even trade, but write down your emotions. And then when you sit down, or Saturday or Sunday or maybe Friday night, and when you go through the trades, that you can see exactly your emotions, how you were feeling, because now obviously you will see all the bigger picture, you will see more zones, you will see your mistakes, because now it's going to be more clearer picture because you will have all the price in front of you, because at that moment you don't know where the market will go, and obviously now it's different. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that you can take something out of it. Now I also want to answer one question, which is people ask me when I will go back trading on my personal account, my live funds, and when I will go back to trading funded account. I really don't have an answer for that, because I want to make sure that on demo account, while I'm trading demo, I want to make sure that I sort out my emotions, and it may take me a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe more, who knows, but I am not going back on trading live funds or funded accounts until I sort out my trading psychology, because I don't want to make mistakes. This is business, this is the way I make money, and I want to make sure that I am not making mistake after a mistake to the point where I can, I'm not going to say blow account, but where I can make really huge damage that it will take me a long time to fix it. So it's time to stop, and for me it's just going back to demo is what I think is the best thing to do. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. I hope you had a good weekend and you're ready to reach your goals for the next week, and I will see you in the morning analysis. Bye.